So I thought it would be kind of fun to show you guys basically a whole bunch of the journals that I've made over the last year or so. Um, and I'll do some more flip throughs as well. A lot of the books that I thought it would be kind of fun to show you are already listed on Etsy. Um, I have not done flip throughs of all of them, um, but you can see pretty well from the photos, what they basically look like inside. Um, if you'd like to see a flip through of any particular one, I can definitely do that. Might take me a few days to get that out, but I would definitely be into doing that if there's one that I show you that you would like to see a flip through on, and I haven't done that already. So, um, and the first ones I'm going to show you are books that I made up till about, I'm going to say 5-6 months ago. And then the second ones that I'm going to show you are ones that are not listed on, and those are all listed on Etsy right now. Then the second group that I'm going to show you are not listed yet, and those are newer that I recently finished over the last couple of weeks. So anyway, there's quite a few, and this is not all of the journals that I've made, but these are the ones that I would like to try to sell. So anyway, that's kind of where I'm at. I love Reader's Digest books because I just love the size of them, and the thickness too is um, a really good size. So, and usually the covers have a really neat kind of pattern on them too. So that's always fun to work with. And then they're generally pretty good shape too. So, and plus they're everywhere. You can find them everywhere for not a lot of money, usually 50 cents or a quarter. So anyway, so I'm going to kind of pull these all away, and then I'll show you each one individually. So this is a Reader's Digest, and you can see through the distressing the pattern that's on the cover of the book itself. So this is just covered with gesso, and then sanded down, kind of sanded it off here and there, and then I just kind of inked over it a little bit, and that's just how that turned out. Just really kind of distressed looking. And then this is just a card, like a cardstock kind of panel, I guess you would call it. That's glued on, and I just left that blank because I thought someone could attach something on there, or they could write something on there, or whatever they wanted. Nice big button there. So this one is the closure is seam binding. It's a double thickness of seam binding. And I love the way this looks. I love the way the seam binding closure looks. I don't necessarily think that it's extremely, I don't know, I guess practical for somebody who's constantly going to be using a journal. But some people really love it. So anyway, there's that. So this is generally how most of my junk journals are put together. A bunch of pockets and tags and all that kind of stuff. A lot of coloring book pages and things like that. Some book pages covered with paper napkin. This is from you know what I mean. It's a sewing pattern instructions. And I love these bags, these wax coated bags, almost like glassine, but not. Any of that cracking is from this with the Mod Podge in there. This one is very random. The color scheme and all of that, like none of it really goes together, which I think is kind of cool. It's sort of part of the idea behind a junk journal is sort of randomness. The more random, the better, I think. It almost looks like a dot-to-dot. It's a stenotype book from a stenotype book. Some more Mod Podge. And I try to use a couple of sort of really cool vintage pieces in each book that I make. At least a couple, like original, authentic, like, you know, ephemera, whatever. This is a really old postcard. Yeah, so there's that one. And this is listed on Etsy right now. If, you know, I don't have that many listings on there, so if you're interested in this book, just go to my shop, and I'll put a link to my shop in the video description, and then you'll be able to find this. It's not hard to find. Anyway, so that's that one. And then this one is not a Reader's Digest, obviously, but same general size. It's a little bit taller than a Reader's Digest book, but so I had found this old little locket picture of this little girl. She's kind of a little spooky looking, I think, but I think a lot of old vintage images of, you know, portraits, they kind of look like that all the time because they really had to stand still or sit with their same expression for quite a long time when they did the exposure. So a lot of times that's why people aren't smiling in like really old pictures. It's hard to hold a smile for a long time. So, and I don't make a lot of ring-bound journals. I kind of went through a phase of making them for a while, but they're really tedious to make and not really as sturdy because the pages can rip and that kind of thing. So you've got to use reinforcement, stickers on a lot of the pages and things like that to make sure that they don't just pull right out. And that's another reason why I don't like making them that much, but I know that a lot of people really like them. So, and I like that you can put a lot in there. Anyway, so on the ring I did attach some charms on some chain and stuff like that. So, and you could always add more. I do like the look of tying pieces of ribbon and stuff like that on the rings. I think that looks really pretty, but I thought this one was kind of understated and sort of plain, so that's why I didn't do that on here. Anyway, a little piece of rhinestone chain and some paper flowers. There's some like pencils, scribbles in there, and I have hot glue strings everywhere in my life. I'm just going to flip through a little bit of this book. I did do some of these little paper clips with some images. I'll tell you what, I do not like trying to find a hole punch that is the same size as whatever round thing I'm trying to fit something onto. So it never fails. I never have the right size punch. So like that, okay, that's 1 inch. and then, you know, goes 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, or whatever. And inevitably, whatever I'm trying to find is like 3/5 of an inch or 3/8 of an inch, I mean, or something like that. Anyway, there's one of my old family pictures. Pretty sure that's my Aunt Rebecca, but I can't be 100% sure. And then her aunt. Um, anyway, not the original. This is a copy. But it's kind of interesting to see how like sort of like my style changes, because it's been almost a year since I made this, and you know, like or like, oh, I don't have any more of that paper, you know, or whatever. Oh, and I did use some washi tape on a lot of these. I should start doing that again, and stamping on the pages too. So yeah, so notice none of my paper clips are really embellished in this book. Kind of plain. But that's okay. So you get the idea. Yeah. So there's that. That's a ring bound journal with a seam binding closure. And this is listed on Etsy for sale right now. And then might as well do another ring bound book. This is a big journal, kind of oversized. I just really liked the image on the front. There, the image on the front. So I didn't, you know, embellish any. I didn't put any embellishments on there really, except for the knob and the corners. But yeah, and generally the only reason that I'll do this is when the spine is not in very good shape and not able to maintain the integrity of the book, but I still can use the covers. So that's when I'll do the ring binding. This is another thing I don't really like about ring bound books is they're just kind of awkward. The covers, anyway. So, what the heck's going on here? Oh, I couldn't remember how that closed. Anyway, there we go. There's a lot of butterflies in this book. I remember that now. I put a lot of thought into this book. I remember decorating tags and things like that. Pretty simple though. It's funny, sometimes I get kind of attached to certain embellishments or a certain tag or something, and I don't want to use it because I don't want anybody else to have it or something. But then it's like I forget I even ever had it. So I was just thinking that because some of the things in here, I was like, oh yeah, I remember that, you know. But if you want new and better things to come to your life, you have to get rid of the things that you like and that you covet in order for new things to come your way. That's what I think anyway. I don't know about if you guys ever look at that Flow magazine or the Flow book for paper lovers, but I absolutely love those books. But this is an image from I think it's the 3rd edition. Flow book for paper lovers. I just love it. That was an Etsy sound. All right, so you get the idea. This is I really like this this journal though. It doesn't look like anything from the outside, but there's some pretty special stuff going on inside. I like that one. And then here's another one with that the crackle finish, the crackle paste on the cover, and then I used walnut ink crystals, just kind of sprinkle them on the surface of the, after it's all dried and everything and it's crackled, and you just kind of sprinkle those on there and then spray it with water and just kind of let it just, do its thing. It's kind of fun. And then I like to just leave it alone, and then it'll dry like that, and you get these really cool kind of little crispy looking pieces of color, which I just love. Anyway, so this is another book that I put together with this is a Reader's Digest book, so repurposed with the cotton twine. And then I did attach a couple of charms on here. And any of my journals where you see these strings hanging off, I did that so that you could tie stuff on there if you want to. I don't presume to know what other people would want showing on the outside of their journal. I mean, I guess I do, but, I like to leave some of that open for whoever winds up owning the book. Anyway, so another post-closure with the ball chain and an old key on there. This is an old family picture. I don't know who that is or anything like that, but it's on my mom's side of the family, and that was her. It's in her father's family, so whoever that is, I don't know. They took a lot of pictures at some lake somewhere. I don't know where it was, but a lot of the family pictures are taken at that lake and outdoor scenes. I bet it was like a family vacation spot or something. Anyway, that's probably Uncle Joe or something. I don't know. I don't know who he is, but that's not the original picture. That's obviously a copy. So, and I'll just kind of flip through real quick. You guys get the idea about what I generally use in my journals. It's all just coffee dyed. I try not to use too many thick embellishments on the inside of the book because it just makes it too thick too fast, so I don't like to do that, but every once in a while I will. So these little pockets and like that. I can tell wherever there's Mod Podge, you can hear it. It doesn't actually stick, it just sounds like it's sticking. So, there's another family member. Again, I have no idea. Oh, wait, it says, oh, you know what? This is the original picture. This says Floss. Something him tall or something. I don't know. Anyway, that's the original picture. Maybe I should take a picture of that so I don't lose that actual image. And then I can just print it off. I mean, obviously, like if I had some affinity or if I knew those people, or something, I would probably covet the picture a lot more. I don't know. I probably should, but I don't even know who they are. I feel guilty about that kind of stuff. I don't know. Is that weird? So here, and that book, that is listed on Etsy. Everything I'm showing you is listed on Etsy for sale. So I really had fun making this book. I can't remember. I think it's called Butterfly, for obvious reasons, on Etsy. But I did attach a bunch of stuff on here, on the cotton twine, or I don't know what that is, cord. And this is triple thick. These are butterflies are cut out, or no, they're from what do you call it? I can't remember anything. I'm getting old. Anyway, they're cutouts. You get the idea. And then some other butterflies. And these are actually just paper, and then I coated them with ink gold. And then when I glued them on here, I covered this with triple thick. I don't have the jar because I put it in something else, but I get it at Hobby Lobby. It's like $5.99, 40% off coupon comes to whatever 40% off of $5.99 is. And you know what? I like it just as much as Glossy Accents, and it's like less than half the cost, honestly. I do not see the point in buying and using Glossy Accents just for the name, honestly. The triple thick is just as awesome. So, and I use it all the time for everything. Anyway, so this book is coated with triple thick. So if you want like a really hard, clear, glossy coating on something, and even like really thick, use that triple thick stuff. It's great. I'll show you some tags that I made using it. These little guys, these are coated with that. And see, that is like really, I don't know if you can see, that's pretty thick. I mean, I put it in a squirt bottle and just completely coat it. And the viscosity of it is just like Glossy Accents. It's thick like that, and it won't like pour off the edges. When you make art tiles and you put the coating on all the way up to the edge, it won't spill over because it's of the thickness. Anyway, so I'll shut up about that. So let's flip through this book just a little bit. This is from that Flow book for paper lovers too. I love that book. Coffee dyed. Coffee dyed. Everything is coffee dyed. I put some little charms on paper clips every once in a while. These cards came from some game. I don't even know what game it is, but I have a whole set of these. I've been trying to use them up. Trying to use them for different things. There must be, yeah, Mod Podge. See, right there. Here's an old postcard from, where is that? Yeah, Switzerland. Anyway, yeah. This is from the inside of a book. This is the paper from the inside cover. I don't remember what book this is. It doesn't really matter. And I thought that was really pretty. I bought a bunch of those ribbon clasp things, just and I'm gonna start using those more. I decided to put it on a jump ring though before I attach it to the paper clip because I don't like the way this kind of sticks out weird, and I think it'll lay better with a jump ring first. So that's one of those projects that I'm going to save for work, and attaching jump rings to all of the ribbon clasps, or ribbon crimps, I should say. I like to do that kind of stuff at work where it won't make a mess, and I like have a whole bunch of whatever it is that I can do. And it keeps me busy, keeps my hands busy while I'm at work, talking on the phone. Yeah, see, I think this should be on a jump ring, but it's not too bad. Anyway, so there's that book. And this has a little tag, of course, with some butterflies. And who's that? I don't know. Family members. Some family people. Crazy people, probably. Okay, this is listed on Etsy for sale. Whoops. Okay, so is that one. Yeah, this one is on Etsy. I love this thing on here. I don't even know what it is. Somebody probably made this in some class or something, and it wound up in a thrift store. But anyway, so this is a Reader's Digest book. Some kind of texture paste with a stencil, just applied right onto the cover of the book, and then coated with Inka Gold with my finger. I just rub it on there, and this is old Inka Gold, and it gets real hard and like waxy and weird. See, like that, like it gets hard, but I still use it. It's wax based, and if you can rub it on, and usually it's real soft, like a paste, but as it gets old, it kind of starts getting, it dries out, and I don't know how to stop that from happening, but if anybody has any ideas about how to rejuvenate that stuff, let me know. I'd love to know. So anyway, there's this book, and the keys kind of made me think of sort of fantasy sort of feeling, and then this kind of reminded me of like the Dark Crystal or something. Anyway, so that's why I put that on there. Like, this could be like a spell book or something. Anyway, with the ball chain clasp or closure. These signatures got a little cattywampus in here, so they're not exactly even, but who cares? And I experimented with coffee dyeing some glassine bags, but you know what? It's really not worth it because they wind up sticking together on the inside, and they're really hard to get apart without tearing the bag. And yeah, so if nothing else, maybe if I want that kind of color, or you want that kind of color, try just dyeing them like with ink instead of coffee dyeing. It's another image from that needlework magazine that I bought at a thrift store. Flip, flip, flip. I'm flipping quick. I like to use postage stamps as tabs. I love it when the stamp is still connected to or attached to the envelope, because the paper is cool. It's paper. Oh. Enjoy the journey. I might put a different postcard in here. Okay, that one is also listed on Etsy. I started making tassels, thinking, oh, I could make a whole bunch of tassels while I'm at work. Yeah, tassels are, even just like the simplest tassel like that, they're a pain in the butt. I don't know, maybe I just need to keep going and keep making them. But they're kind of a pain in the, you know what. Anyway, this is for sale on Etsy. And here's another one. This is going to be a long video, but I thought, well, you know what? I might as well just do it because, well, a lot of people do like junk journals, and I know I do. And if one of my, people that I love watching was going to show all their journals, I'd be all over it. I'd watch it. So here we go. Anyway, so obviously Reader's Digest book. And see what I mean about the patterns on the books? They're just super cool. I mean, come on. Anyway, so here's another journal. And there's some people that are in my dad's or my mom's dad's family right there. Yeah. So this one, I just attached one of my little charms onto the eyelet. And eyelet, that's what they're called, eyelets. And then I wanted the seam binding as well. So I did that. And I'll just kind of flip through this one real quick too. Same, basically. It's all the same stuff inside usually. In general. This was made at the same time as, the last few that I just showed you. So they're going to all be kind of similar because I make like 10 at a time. And they're generally going to have the same materials in them. Which is fine. I mean, it's not all about that 100%. Like, it's not about every single book being completely original and different and, whatever. But, I mean, they are anyway, because no two could possibly be alike. But it's what you do with it too. Like, once you get the book, what do you do? What do you do with it, and what do you put inside of it? And, what do you choose to do with it? So, anyway, so there's that one, and this is listed on Etsy. You'll find it if you like that one. You'll find it on there. It's not hard to find. So, and this one, basically the same as that one. I went a little crazy with the seam binding here. What is going on? Oh, there. It's just two different colors. See? And that kind of threw me off. So I love this book. I don't know what it is, but I just really like the way this book looks. And I love these little tags on here, these little deals on here. I like that key. I like this tag. I like that. I like the green because it goes with the green. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, one of those panels that I made again on some watercolor paper and attached to the cover. It's one of those tassels, and see, it's coming apart. That's the problem. That is the problem. It's a big problem. So I'll have to put a different tag in there. Anyway, I'm going to put it inside here for something. Okay, so I'll flip through this one just a little bit too. I have a whole bunch of bingo, these little paper floppy bingo cards. I need to start using those up. If anybody wants to purchase a journal and you want some of those bingo cards, let me know and I'll give you a bunch of them. Put them in your package. See, and I covet these. Like, I feel like I don't want to give them all away, but what else am I going to do with them? I mean, come on. They're just Monopoly cards, right? If anybody is still watching this video, like, I love you. You're my best friend now. See, they're cool. Oh, these are stapled together for some reason. Yeah, I have to say, I love this book. For some reason, I just love the way it turned out. There's one of those bridge cards or whatever. This is my grandma with my aunt, Rebecca. I know for a fact that is my grandmother. Her name is Goldia. She was pretty awesome, I hear. She was a third grade teacher. The whole time my dad was growing up, she taught third grade. He said she talked to everybody like they were in third grade. I can imagine. She saved everything that had to do with my dad and her 3 other children. Anything that had to do with their, milestones, like their birth announcements and all the report cards and all that kind of stuff. And I got my dad's box of stuff that she saved, and I'm really grateful to her. That's Goldia right there. This is an actual photograph of, what is it? Oh, I think it's a beaver dam, honestly. I think that's what it is. It's somebody who was taking a picture of the beavers in the beaver dam, and that's a canoe, apparently. Alright, so there's that one. One of my favorites. This is listed on Etsy for sale. Okay. Just about 3 more after this of the ones that are listed. But I've not done flip throughs of them. So this is obviously a rainbound book. Yeah, it's a math book, trigonometry book. So this is what was actually in the book to begin with. Pretty cool. What you call it? I don't know what you call that thing. It's not a protractor. What is it? I don't know. Anyway, so ring-bound journal. There's some crazy tags in here. I got over the eyelash yarn. I don't I don't use it anymore. Oh, it's getting late. It's like almost 3 o'clock in the morning here right now. This is from Jackie. I recognize that. See how I made it into a little text box? Anyway, so you get the idea. Ring-bound books are nice. There's a lot of pages in this. You know, there's a lot of pages. Lots of writing space. Someone who really enjoys journaling, you would get a lot out of this book. This is huge, but I thought it was really cool. I don't know, this trifold thing. So I just stuck it in the back of this book because but somebody could use that for something. Get some good use out of it. Oh, I didn't realize that I didn't have to untie that knot. Alright, so there's that one. And this one is also listed on Etsy as we speak. So this little guy is, I don't know if you would call this a junk journal or what, but it's a journal that I made. I love this book. It's so pretty. It's shorthand textbook. So anyway, I wanted to just keep it really clean, very simple, not cluttered. Okay, so I think I accomplished that. Anyway, I like it. It's kind of classy, you know. And this is magnetized. And the pages in this book are all coffee dyed greeting card paper. It's watercolor paper. So that's all that's in here is just that coffee dyed paper. So, and then inside each signature, which I think there's 4 signatures. Yeah. I just attached these little paper cutouts, and they're kind of sticking out the bottom. Yeah. Anyway, so that's that. And I didn't put any tags or, no tabs or anything in this book, but I'm hoping that somebody will appreciate that and want this book. If not, you know what? Fine. I'll just keep it. Okay. Anyway, okay, 2 more. Well, kind of 3 more. We're at 42 minutes now, so I'll try not to go over an hour. Ringbound book. I love this. I love pink and orange. Pink and orange are my favorite colors together. I dyed this seam binding. It was white. I don't remember what I dyed it with, but I like how it kind of came out sort of like tie-dyed almost. I would say this is sort of a bohemian style journal. Love the orange. It's so cool. As a Thief in the Night is the name of the book. Ringbound journal. Paper flowers. These are all coated with Inka Gold. And I don't know if you can see, but I just love the texture of these flowers now, because they've kind of gotten beat up and they're still really sturdy, but I just like the way they look now that they've been coated with that Inka Gold and just kind of hanging around on my bookshelf. So kind of bohemian sort of style in this book. I don't really go theme-ish very often, but, sometimes. I like a bohemian kind of style anyways, so, I don't know. Maybe you guys don't think so, but I sort of do. A bohemian style, I mean. Oh, you know what? I should do that again. I like how that is like a tuck spot, and I need to do that again in another book. So I'm going to, if I can remember. See, I find things to do and then I forget about it, and then so that's why it's probably good I'm going through these. I know I'm talking a lot, you guys, but I'm trying to keep myself awake now. Again, the ring-bound books have a lot more writing surfaces. There's a lot more paper in each book. Just the nature of the way that the pages are inserted or put in, you know. I probably counted them, but I couldn't remember. It's probably in the listing how many pages are in here. So, yeah. So there's this one. And, oops. This needs to get to somebody who's going to love it. Somebody who will appreciate its pink and orangeness. I do love this book. Again, that is listed on Etsy. Okay. So here's another book that's a little bit understated and kind of plain. Yeah, so Carpenter's New Geographical Reader of Asia. And all of the photographs that were in this book, I saved them. And I'm going to use them for something, some kind of project. You know I will. Anyway, so yeah, so there's this one. It's got 3 signatures. I really took my time, actually, like binding this one. I kind of was meticulous about spacing and stuff like that. So, yeah. Tabbed. I don't think yeah, I guess I did. I was going to say I didn't think I put many tags or anything in this book, but I did. I like this little deal. I need to make more of those too. Just those simple little corners. And using the postage stamp attached to the envelope as a tuck spot. I like that idea too. Tarot card. Oh, I should put some tarot cards in that other bohemian kind of style book. A lot of writing space in this book as well. These are some greeting cards. I got those at Tuesday Morning. I don't remember the maker. Don't remember who the maker was, but aren't those pretty? I love them. Of course, I coffee dyed them all. Yeah, and these guys do make really cool little corners. Yeah, I'm glad I'm looking through these because I'm getting ideas. You know, you just forget about things. You forget that you used to do things and that you don't, do anymore until you see it again. So, anyway, so yeah, I'm glad I did. I'm gonna type this. Needed even more inspiration. Okay, one last little tiny journal, and then I think I'm gonna end this video, and maybe make a couple more flip through videos. Or not, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so this is the last little journal that I wanted to show you guys. And this is also listed on Etsy. Lots of little charms on here. Just a cute little kind of mini junk journal. And you can see on here, so usually I put a pocket on the inside, but I didn't on this one because I wanted to still be able to see that the writing on there. It's cool. I can't really read the whole thing, but it's Bethany College, November 7th, 1919 to 1920. So this is a pretty old book. Anyway, just single pages, just strictly like for, writing in or whatever. There isn't even any pockets in here. I think there might be one in the back, yeah. But, yeah, just paper. So I need to find more small hardcover books that I like. Anyway, so I just put a piece of coffee dyed ledger paper in there. So, all right, so this is listed on Etsy. I think I can't remember the price on it, but it's in there. And there's more. There's other journals over on the shelf that are listed on Etsy. I just thought that was a good representation of what's there, and yeah, kind of what I like to do. So thank you for watching that super long 52-minute video. It was kind of fun to make, and hopefully you guys don't mind that it's so long. Anybody who's a diehard junk journal lover won't complain about that. So anyway, leave some feedback on there if you have anything you'd like to share or comments about any of that stuff. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.